This episode of SpectreSoundStudios is brought to you by Nail the Mix. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 77 of SMG Viewers Comments. It's the first Friday in January. That means NAMM's coming up in a couple weeks. Can't wait to see all you guys there. Let's get to it.
If you're going to publicly insult a YouTuber via comments, that YouTuber has every right to publicly embarrass you in a video.
Oh yes, SMG Viewers Comments number 4. That was the infamous Sex Kittens episode. Yeah, that's the gift that keeps on giving. That video took on a life of its own. Yeah, there's nothing more fun than getting called out about a music video you direct by somebody with a band that's just fucking terrible. And the debate is still going on. That's the great thing about it. I highly recommend checking it out. You know, I've actually talked to the guys from the Sex Kittens. I'm like, I wish you guys would get back together. Like, we should do a music video for this, because I really think you guys did wind up writing, you know, Tiptoe Through the Tulips for the Headbanger generation. I mean, like, it's just one of those songs that's so bad it's amazing. I mean, like, catchy as hell, I will say that. It's like Showgirls for metal. It's just so fucking awful you can't stop but take a listen. And it's great in that sense. It's so bad, it's amazing. Check it out if you haven't. It's a lot of fun.
Cheap tube head, expensive cabinet, or expensive tube head, cheap cabinet?
I gotta go with the more expensive cabinet with the cheap head. Check this out. Yeah, that's what the PV Windsor we picked up at Guitar Center one night for $199. That's going into a Mesa 4x12. So there you go. That's a much more expensive cabinet. Yes, your speakers are probably the most critical point in your signal chain, in my opinion, far more than the amp going into it. There's just no excuse for having a crap cabinet. Spend your money there and then worry about getting the more expensive tube head the further you go along.
So for the hell of it, I figured I'd ask, when recording guitar, wouldn't it be best to have an acoustically dead speaker cab made of MDF with neutral speakers like EVM 12L to get the true tone from the amp during recording without the speaker coloration? Greetings from the shitty auto-tune pop music infested state we call Florida.
Last time I checked, a lot of death metal came out of Florida too, so yeah. There's some great things about Florida. My good friend James Murphy lives down there, just an amazing producer and a huge influence on my own production style. As for your question, the reason we don't want acoustically dead speakers or cabinets is because that's where the fun is. You're going to have a massive change in tone with the same amp just going from speaker cab to speaker cab to speaker cab. They've all got their own signature, and that's what makes them interesting. I want a cabinet that resonates and creates its own sound. Here's a great example is I've got the Mesa 4x12 and I've got an Engel 4x12, both loaded with Celestion greenbacks, but because they use different types of birch from different parts of the world, they've got completely different sounds. That and one's got a metal grill and all that. And they wind up having their own character. You can check out my How to Choose a Guitar Cabinet video for a little more clarity to see what they sound like shot out back to back with each other. But I don't think I'd want an acoustically transparent speaker cabinet because, quite frankly, the guitar cabinet is where the tone comes from, and that's a huge part of the sound. Let's not get rid of that just for the sake of scientifically right.
I got banned from a popular gear forum for posting your Spider 5 review. The Line 6 crowd can't handle the truth.
Well, considering all the hate messages I got for posting up the review to begin with, I think you are correct. Dude, you gotta tell us what forum you got banned from, please. That sounds amazing. I would love to check that out and just see some of the reactions about that. Please share with the class. We all would love to know. Oh, and I gotta give a shout out. Yes, if you do want a gear forum where they're not gonna ban you for having a slightly different opinion, go check out my very good friend Lee Daffrin's forum, thefretboard.co.uk. Killer stuff.
I told my girlfriend I wanted your Nobody Cares That You're Offended shirt. If I don't find it under the tree in a month from now, I might have to find a new girlfriend.
Well, first off, I find it's amazing that some of my viewers actually have girlfriends. Good for you, dude. Wow, you're a hero to us all. Yes, it can happen. Seriously though, yeah, obviously this is a little bit after Christmas, but I did see that. I thought that was hilarious. I hope you got the shirt you're looking for. And if you didn't get the shirt, I highly recommend checking out sites like christianmingle.com and get yourself a new model. So this show's sponsor is Nail the Mix. It's an online recording school where you get your hands on real multi-tracks by bands such as Periphery, Machine Head, and Gojira. This month's project is the track Fragments by Jason Richardson, and Taylor Larson takes you through his mix, detailing how he did it. This one's really intense with an extremely challenging song to mix. If you want to step up your mixing game, sign up for this month's Nail the Mix and learn how to put this track together, including 3 different guitar tones per side, all with different gear. The best mix of the month will win every single JST plugin, including the brand new Toneforge Jason Richardson edition. Check it out at nailthemix.com. Back to the show.
I'll ask once again, please make a video comparing DI from Countryman, some mixer, and a sound card. In my opinion, the best thing about your channel is not your screaming, but the fact you do actual testing and let us judge. Also, for people who think about buying DIs, mention differences in powered and passive DIs would be nice. Right now, I have a passive DI and I don't use it as I think it's worth the trouble. Still, I'd love to be proven wrong.
That's a pretty reasonable request, Oak Man. I will put that on the list. I've already got my videos scheduled out for January, but I'll see if we can take a look at that in February, because I do have a bunch of DIs kicking around. I've got active, I've got passive, I've got a bunch of interfaces with different inputs on them as well. Yeah, I think it's worth taking a look at. That's a great suggestion. And then we can reamp them and see how much it colors the sound as well. Good suggestion, man. I like it.
To ask a drummer to place his hi-hat further away from the snare is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Seriously. I need to sit the way I'm comfortable. You're the engineer. Work with it.
Yeah, the thing is, you're supposed to be a good drummer and a professional. So when the engineer asks you to move your hi-hat a couple of inches away from the snare so it's not bleeding into the most fucking important mic on the whole drum kit, you fucking do it and stop whining like a little bitch about it. Besides, it's much more comfortable to play with your hi-hat moved a couple of inches than with a foot stuck up your ass.
LOL, Glenn. With a camera in your face, you're loud and boisterous as fuck. In the shadows with your headphones and a mic, you sound like a fucking golf commentator at the US Open.
Oh yes, my first video, the drum tuning video. This was going back a few years ago. I remember this was a conversation I had with one of my coworkers, kind of like the fact, hey, you know, people are starting to make their living doing YouTube. And I was kind of like, oh, get the fuck out of here. So I got my first DSLR, I think that was back in 2010. And I put that video out because I thought, you know, I'd try doing a couple things. The thing is, that first video was pretty fucking boring. And I was still heavily involved with recording a lot of local bands at the time. Whereas these days, I'm really picking and choosing my projects. So I didn't have a whole lot of time. It was more dabbling than anything than doing YouTube seriously. And it took a couple years before I really got into doing YouTube far more seriously. But for me, the big change was when I put out the how to get your band ready for the studio video, because I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm tired of holding back. I'm going to say what's on my fucking mind. Let the chips fall where they may. And we all know how that wound up. And here I am, you know, over 180,000 subscribers. It's gone way beyond anything I ever wanted. So yeah, I was definitely holding back of what I really wanted to say back in those days. But we all got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like you don't develop your on-camera personality overnight.
Yo, Glenn, question. When not reviewing stuff, bashing bass players, or educating prima donnas of the wrongness of convex hand position around the microphone capsule, what do you do for a living? More importantly, do the people at your work know of your YouTube activity, and if yes, what were the reaction? Cheers!
I'm not quite ready to say what I do for a living yet. I'm trying to keep that part of my life and this part of my life separate, just because, you know, being a public figure and where I work, you know, might not work out the best at this point. Well, I will say this. I work in manufacturing. It's not what I went to school for. That's why I desperately want to get out of there and do what I do. I want to clarify something where I called called it my horrible day job a couple weeks back. It's not so horrible anymore, actually. The company I work at, I now do a lot of their video work. I do a lot of promo stuff. I do safety videos. I do training videos, that kind of stuff. So it's a much better job than it used to be. That being said, I much prefer doing YouTube. I much prefer doing what I love and talking about music gear and talking to you amazing people. So in order to make this a full-time job, I do need your help. If you guys could share the videos with your friends, that would be a huge help. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Every last subscriber counts, and I do so much appreciate it. And hopefully sometime this year, I will be going full-time on YouTube. Almost forgot, yeah, the other part of your question. Do some of my coworkers know? Yes. I get a lot of compliments, actually, from some people who watch. Oh, you're hilarious. A lot of people don't quite get it, and the biggest question I always get, well, can you make money doing that? And, you know, I kind of explained to them, well, yeah, but, you know, it takes a lot of work to be able to do that. So I do get a lot of raised eyebrows, but I noticed a lot of the younger people that I work with definitely watch my show. You know, I'll go walking through my workplace and go, hey, Glenn, yeah, I love your show, man, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of neat.
You guys need to address how you deal with blast beats and also how to mix bass with super fast double kick. This is a big part of modern metal, and you guys basically never talk about that.
Well, I'd suggest going to a few live shows, especially local shows, where the drummer is playing an acoustic kit and playing blast beats. You'll watch the snare disappear. Especially gravity blast, the snare just vanishes and then comes back. It's like, yeah, they're a big part of it, but it's like, okay, mix it like you would a regular snare. Just a lot of heavy gating. Gravity blasts, on the other hand, I just can't stand because they're just so weak. It's like, pip, 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 crack, 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 pip, 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 pip. They're just, I don't know. I've never heard anybody do gravity blasts loud on an acoustic kit. You know, if somebody's got some suggestions or stuff I can check out, believe me, I'm all ears. I would definitely like to take a look at it. And I'm talking stuff that's not sample replaced either. I'd love to see somebody do it and do it justice. As for bass guitar and fast double kick runs, it's basically, just automate your kick fader, take it down a couple of dBs for the fast runs. It's really that simple.
Well, posters are nice. I'd prefer digital downloads and high resolution for wallpapers and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to know what the "and stuff" actually means. Keep me the fuck out of that. But yes, I will see about making a digital download package as well. As for the posters, I think I'm going to make a couple up and then order them in here just so I can see the quality of the print before I make them available. I'm sure they're going to be great, but I definitely want to do a little quality control before I release them to you guys. When they do come out, I will let you know. Okay, guys, that's it for this episode. Before I go, please hit up the Pro Mix Academy page on my website and get the Motorhead tracks. They include a full mix breakdown and lesson with the mix engineer Cameron Webb. There's a lot of great stuff in there, a lot of cool tricks to learn. Definitely worth checking out. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next week. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. If you like the content, please support the channel either at my SMG shop or through my Patreon. If you want to see more, hit one of the playlists. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.